What's up, the Trans Brothers collab? It's Shai. So this week's subject is going to be all about passing. Even though for me it's going to be really hard to talk about since I'm almost 2 years on T, so I don't really have that much of an issue. But what I'm going to be talking about is pre-T, what I did to pass or how I passed and whatnot, and then post-T until now. So, and like what I found to do post-T, like since being on testosterone for me personally, because I'm a trans guy, that has helped. And for anyone else who's on here, they can talk about it. So pre-T, I want to explain to you guys a little bit about how I was in high school until I came out. So it'll kind of explain about not passing. So in uh, in high school, I had longer hair, and until I came out, about a little less than a year after I came out, I cut my hair. And most people thought I cut my hair because I identified as not straight. They thought maybe I identified as a lesbian, but in all honesty, I wanted to go with change. I was changing my life. I was going to feel comfortable with myself. So I thought, why not do something drastic? And for me, cutting my hair was drastic. So ever since I cut my hair, I always looked androgynous, and I wish I could show you pictures right now, but I can't because I suck at editing. Hopefully one day I'll be actually good at editing, and I can edit my videos, and I can show you guys. I should have brought pictures with me. But yeah. So I look very androgynous, and in the beginning of high school, that's when I realized maybe I'm trans. And actually, a few years back, before I started testosterone, um, and before I came out to myself, I came out to my ex-boyfriend, which is quite interesting. So when I was pre-T passing, after I realized I was trans, what I did to pass was I mean I had my hair cut already, but I had it in certain styles. People do say, and I'll show you, like you have like a certain like swirl. Some people have swirls or whatever, like your can't think of what you call it, but like how it is on the top of your head. So some haircuts will show it, and you can tell if someone's female or not. So basically, I cut my hair in a certain way. I made sure my haircut was cut in a certain way where you know people could people would question my gender. I would also dress in a way where people would question my gender. When I was pre-T, I never would bind, but I would wear sports bras. I would wear tight sports bras, not tight enough where it would like suffocate me. But the biggest thing that I did was layer. I would wear like a sports bra and then like a white beater and then whatever else I was wearing. And I got lucky that when I used to weigh a lot more than I do now. When I lost weight, I got thinner, but it didn't really lose here, but it lost the fat that's in there, in my upper area, to simply say. So that kind of really helped to pass a little more, to question people. So, um, between my hairstyle and how I dressed, that's pretty much how I started passing more. It was definitely really hard when I got ID'd because I got very dysphoric. I was like, oh my god, are they gonna think I'm, female? So then when I started being on testosterone, and I apologize if this is not the best video. I have Pride tomorrow. I'm going to Pride, New York City Pride, and I'm trying to make a video as good as possible and as fast as possible. Um, so after testosterone, I was a lucky guy, and I was a lucky guy how these lovely things, facial hair. Most of my facial hair grew in within the first year. I'm almost 2 years on T, and I'm finally starting to get hair down here and here. Even though most guys will not have the amount of hair that will grow in for me, I pretty much have a full beard. That's how much hair I get. And I get obviously like I always get a ton of hair here. So what I've done since being on testosterone and since I've grown facial hair and grown hair on other areas, I grow on my leg hair. So if I go to the beach or if I'm wearing shorts or anything, people don't question why you shaving your legs. I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, in all honesty, it's a personal decision over, whatever. But I'm like, how do I pass more? Um, so I grew out the hair on my legs. I pretty much when my facial hair grows out, I go through cycles. I let my facial hair grow out, then I shave it. But if I see that people are reading me as a younger age, which is something that tends to happen to me. Whereas earlier on T, I was still in the androgynous stage, so I ended up not shaving a lot of the time when my facial hair grew out. And another thing that I did to pass, which this is a good tip if you prefer it or not, my sideburns came in very thick and very long. As you can see, it's already connecting to my chin strap-ish area. If your sideburns come in like that, keep them like that. Keep them long. Because if you notice how, like, just look at pictures of how female sideburns are, even with shorter hair, it's not going to be as long as this. So that's a good tip I've realized is that even if your voice doesn't change that much on T or anything, and if you're worried about passing, just kind of see how your facial hair is, see how your hair is, like just do it in a style where you would pass potentially more guys have. Like I literally did research on that, as crazy as it sounds. Um, Also, there's one thing with me that I'm going to be doing that, like just like if you want to, like I think the biggest tip I've done, like I've been given that I've done, is that look how guys' mannerisms are. And I'm lucky to live in New York City to be able to see them very often because I go on the train and whatnot. So, I mean, I look at their mannerisms and I figure out. So, like, for example, when they sit down, they take up a decent amount of space, kind of let their legs out. Um, I don't pack personally, just so people know. I've realized that if you don't, I don't have issues people as passing it without packing. Um, which is probably going to eventually be another subject is prosthetics, but um, yeah, I mean, I don't pack and I have no issues of people looking. That's also a combination of how I wear my clothes, so people won't be like, oh, so you're a female. Literally, I always get ID'd as male unless I have to, for some reason, have to come as biologically female. So I hope I did a good enough job for this. I apologize for the really not the greatest. I mean, I know I could have done better version of this video. Um, like I said, I have Pride tomorrow, so I wanted to put some sort of video out. I don't want to neglect you guys. So if you do have Pride by you guys, happy Pride whenever you do have Pride. Happy Pride whenever you have happy Pride. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.